What is the history of the neurodiversity movement? What is the history of the neurodiversity movement? This movement has a fascinating background that highlights the journey of autistic individuals advocating for their rights. It began in the late 1980s and early 1990s. The roots of this movement can be traced back to the autistic rights movement, which emerged from the broader disability rights movement of the 1960s and 1970s. The neurodiversity movement promotes the idea that neurological differences, like autism, should be seen as natural variations of the human brain. This perspective challenges the notion that these differences need to be cured or eliminated. One of the first and most impactful organizations run by autistic individuals was Autism Network International, founded in 1992 by Jim Sinclair, Donna Williams, and Kathy Grant. This organization created a platform for autistic people to communicate and advocate for themselves, separate from parent-led groups. Autism Network International published a newsletter called Our Voice, which was written by and for autistic individuals. A key piece in this newsletter was Jim Sinclair's 1993 essay titled "Don't Mourn for Us." This essay became a foundational text for the autism rights perspective, emphasizing acceptance rather than a focus on curing autism. In 1996, Autism Network International also started Autreat, an annual retreat and conference for autistic individuals, celebrating autistic culture and community. As the years progressed, particularly in the 2010s, the neurodiversity movement grew even more. New organizations emerged, such as the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network and the Thinking Person's Guide to Autism. More autistic individuals began to take part in federal advisory boards related to disability and autism policy. The movement gained visibility through campaigns against harmful practices, like aversive treatments, and protests against organizations that did not representing autistic interests, such as Autism Speaks. Online activism played a significant role in raising awareness. Social media campaigns and flash blogs helped spread the message of neurodiversity. Advocates like Nick Walker further defined the concept of neurodiversity. In 2014, he described it as a paradigm that recognizes all brains are unique. He framed the neurodiversity movement as a rights movement focused on acceptance and inclusion. From the perspective of autism, the neurodiversity movement shifts the focus from seeing autism as a deficit to understanding it as a valuable form of human diversity. This movement challenges ableism, which is the discrimination against disabled individuals. It advocates for respect, accommodations, and inclusion in education, employment, and society. The neurodiversity movement continues to influence how autism and other neurological variations are understood and supported. It promotes the idea that all neurological differences should be valued as part of human diversity. This movement has evolved from its early days of self-advocacy into a powerful force for change, promoting acceptance and understanding of neurological differences.